So for this video, it's going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be a monthly reflection for November 2022. That was last month. This is December 4th when I'm recording it, but I sort of do weeks based on the majority of days, and this week happened to have majority of November, I think. Let me see. I don't know if that makes sense actually. It does have, never mind. It has a majority of December. Either way, I'm gonna just do a reflection on November. Let me go ahead and screen record actually. Actually, I don't need a screen record. I'm just gonna screenshot this so then you can see what I'm referring to. Either way, I gave 5 weeks for November instead of December. My mistake, but let's just go week by week. November was a pretty chiller week for me in terms of not doing as much as October, that's for sure. For me, I just sort of like have this organizer that I made for myself where I have 5 categories. They weren't always these 5 categories, but over time I just leaned towards like my project work, music, piano. They're sort of similar. Music and piano are similar at the moment, but I do want music to be more prominent in the production side, which I haven't really started yet. But it's there because it's like a passion and I want to make it happen. So I'm sort of manifesting it by just having it be there for now. And I am starting to do more stuff for Relative Pitch. I've been doing it for a while. This month, for music, it was definitely not great. You can see for these 4 sort of rows that those are the weeks. Actually, there's 5. Let's see. Yeah, there's 5 rows. Yeah, so music and piano this month was pretty terrible. I ended up writing terrible for the summary of the month. Last month was much better. I actually created 2 original piano pieces for my friends' birthdays. So the comparison is like very stark. And then for kinetic, which is basically like my physical skills or exercise, last month I did the jump rope challenge and it was fun and all, but like it wasn't something I really cared about that much, to be honest. It was more so just like a warm-up to start these challenges. This month I started the splits challenge, which is something I've been working on for a very, very long time. But I'm not going to talk too much about it here because I fully expect to actually get it this time because of a change in routine. But I will talk more about that like once I actually get it. I don't want to talk about it too much before then. Well, let's talk about projects first because events and bonds are just so different. So projects, I did sound for a short film, my friend's short film called Station 4. I talked about it before in one of my vlogs, but it was just a fun sort of thing where I got to boom the microphone. It's my equipment because I'm pretty well versed with sound equipment. So it was a fun sort of experience. Like, I have fun on sets. I like talking to everyone and people on set usually have interesting backgrounds too. So like the actors, the crew, just everyone. So it was a fun time. And then the next week I focused mainly on finishing my Skillshare class, which was about scripting. I definitely like tried to finish that class as fast as possible because I was trying to meet a deadline of staying in the teacher corps. So that one was, yeah, definitely a busier week. And then the next one I did sort of like reflection on a freelance project that I finished recently, and then did 3 vlogs within a weekend. It was a pretty like good warm-up to get myself back into making videos. Even though they're not like great videos, it's like I'm still making them and I'm still like enjoying the process of making them. And I think that's what I need to do more of, is just like I have an idea that I really want to make happen. I have a video that I just want to make, just make it, you know? That's what that week was for, or that's what we're for. And I did them, and I'm glad that I did them for sure. But I will say that these days, or at least the more recent present me has been feeling like I really want this, like a big project where I can feel proud to post it. And I haven't had that in a while. So I'm sort of craving that. But yeah, I do want to make a bigger project soon. And I don't like talking about future projects because oftentimes I've done that in the past and like I end up not doing certain things. Like for instance, I wanted to mind map all the books I've read. These days I'm just like repetitive and there's no point in mind mapping them. Like it's different philosophy now compared to back then. And I think I'll make a video about that eventually. I started making more videos, or I started making videos for Dreamlit again this month, which is cool because the last time I made a video was like about burnout and that was like in July, I think. So having made a video like 3 to 4 months after that, I don't really know what I want to do with Dreamlit at the moment, or back then I didn't. Now I sort of I'm just going to post like my thoughts for now, for Dreamlit. Essentially just like articles, me doing voiceover articles and then slapping on some B-roll. And I think that's going to be what Dreamlit is for now. That is what makes me, it's like the easiest thing to do, like that 80-20 principle where like I get to express my thoughts. That's like what I want. And then B-roll, I do enjoy shooting B-roll, but I don't enjoy like editing too much, like the whole whiteboard animation stuff. That's like, I have not done that in a long time. And it's mainly because I don't really enjoy doing it that much. I still think it's a good format for video to be presented in, but like I just personally don't enjoy editing whiteboard animation videos anymore. I could try to hire someone, but at the same time, I don't feel like that's my style, or like that's what I want to go for. So I just got to keep making stuff until I find it. Film yourself class, right? So I started a new Skillshare class, or at least I started making one about how to like film yourself. And I basically filmed all of it, but at the same time, this one was a bit more rushed because I didn't script certain lessons, because I wanted to practice that like free flow, talk to the camera type of thing, like what I'm doing right now. But I think that's making the editing process a bit harder, because I'm just like, I don't want to edit it because I have to like listen through to me stumbling so much. But for this, I'm probably just going to upload it. I don't really care. But for Skillshare, I have to make sure it's actually good and presentable. So that's something I'm dreading. I haven't quite done it yet. I've edited some of it, but I've edited all the scripted lessons, but not the non-scripted lessons, which I want to do this new week. And I just want to finish it. Like there's something about me that I'm learning the hard way that I've like pretty much known. For some odd reason, I just don't like making Skillshare classes. Like it's kind of like boring to me. Like I know I can, and I know like if I tried my hardest, I can like do a good job, because like in the past I have gotten a staff pick, but at the same time I'm like, do I enjoy doing it? Not necessarily, but at the same time I don't hate it. So it's sort of like just an option for me to just make these classes and get like a little bit of extra income. So that's something that I'm trying to finish up. I was in San Diego all of yesterday. Well, I'll talk about that soon, but like that's probably why I sound super dead. Anyways, this week, sorry, I didn't really accomplish much for project work, I'd say. Let's get into events. Before that, some of the project work is similar to events, so I won't like talk about it too much, but I'll get to this week later. But for now, events for this month is basically what I said, the short film thing. My friend had a birthday thing, which was really fun. I got to meet some new people that are into music and play Liar's Dice, which I haven't done in a while. And then I played Machi Koro for the second time. The first time I played it was with my friends in Hawaii in like, I think it was like 2019. So it's been a while. And playing it a second time was really fun. And then went to the Asian Hall of Fame event that I talked about. And then did some bouldering, ate some pho with some friends I haven't seen in a bit, and took a bath for Belle, my dog. Usually I'm not the one to take a bath for her, so it was very interesting to do that. And then Thanksgiving was cool. Spent it with family. Wasn't the usual big event, but it was still cool. Played a lot of Overcooked, some Mario on the Switch, and Avalon. Avalon's always fun. It's a board game. Friends, and then I had my Friendsgiving event where we played Avalon again, which was like, there were some hectic moments, but I definitely enjoyed it. But that was like one of the most fun Friendsgiving events ever that I've hosted, and I made a whole video about it basically, so I'll leave it at that. Then I hiked with a friend I haven't seen in a while. We will probably try to start up some coding projects together. Then I again saw another friend I haven't seen in like a month. It was just fun to eat some sushi and then walk around for like, I think we walked for almost maybe 3 miles outside at night in the cold, just talking. So that was really fun. I'm actually gonna make a video about like one of our conversations because it was very interesting to me, and like she's a very smart girl. So just getting to talk to her about like my thoughts and opinions about things, it challenges me because she has very different perspectives sometimes. And I want to make highlighting the differences and like what the argument was or the debate and what the conclusion was for me. So that video will be out in Dreamlit pretty soon. And then we had my friend's film project. It was for film school for him, and he was recreating a scene in his interpretation of Whiplash. It was where has pizza with the girl. So that was fun. That was basically the project of this week because like I spent a whole day there and I was super tired afterwards. But it was a really fun event, and I was basically working behind the scenes or like filming behind the scenes stuff for them, taking photos and also just videos. And I do enjoy doing that. I did that last year for a different short film that hasn't quite released yet. So I've gotten experience doing that twice now, and I do find it fun because for me, I naturally like documenting things. So it sort of fits with like who I am basically. And taking photos and videos of stuff is just fun in general for me. The editing part, not as much, but I still haven't edited the video, but I will probably put it as B-roll for some of this. I think that's what I'm trying to get more or head towards, is use more of the stuff I film as B-roll for my vlogs so that I actually have a purpose for what I'm filming versus like filming aimlessly. And I think that's helping with me improving with filming stuff in general. So, which is like really fun. But yeah, some of my friends are in San Diego, so some of my friends here drove us to there and we just played D&D, and they got to meet my friends' guinea pigs, which was really cool too. And that was pretty much the events of this month. So there was at least one memorable event each week, which I'm always really happy about because like I'm super grateful that like I can spend time with people I care about and my friends and family that are my friends and family, and just like have all these memories to look back at. That's like something I always need to remind myself, you know, like this is not, I mean, hopefully it's normal for people, but like this is something that I should always remember to be grateful for basically. And I am. Let's see. I feel like the more I say that, the more it sounds like I am not like I'm lying to myself, but it's funny how that comes off that way. Okay, let's see. Monthly lesson is literally this video right here. So I guess this is also a video project of mine that I'm trying. But yeah, this month overall, it's hard to rate a month, right? Because like in terms of events and bonds, I feel like I had a good amount with friends and family that are great memories that I really enjoyed. And this month for sure, in terms of that, was like really good. Piano music, absolutely terrible. I've definitely been playing piano, but like I just haven't really been like really focused during my practice sessions, and then for music, I just need practicing relative pitch like every day, or at least like 5 times a week, because my weekends are sometimes unpredictable. And then project work. Honestly, I should not say finish dumb Skillshare class, because like I do want the Skillshare class to be as good as possible, but it's just me being mad at myself for like delaying it so much, because I want to move on to like a project again that I feel proud of once it's uploaded. I could do that for a Skillshare class, right? I could do that for a course, feel proud of the course, but again, it just seems like my nature not to enjoy. For filming, I'm fine with it. For scripting, I'm okay with it. But like sitting down to edit myself like hours is just like kind of painful sometimes. It's not that I don't like listening to myself or that I don't like at me talking to the camera. It's more so just like the process is very mundane and like can easily be automated with the right stuff. And that's something I'm working on. But that is pretty much my reflection of November in terms of these 5 things. This is how I've been reflecting on my months for the past maybe 2 to 3 years. Again, music wasn't always there, but I've been trying to reflect in terms of these categories for a long time. Project is sort of like, the thing that is related to income, but also related to things that you just want to do for like your passion. And then music and piano are my passions, so they deserve their own category. And then kinetic is like exercise, and exercise is essential in everybody's life. Luckily for me, I love to exercise and I love like doing gymnastics and all that stuff. I really need to get back into that. And then events and bonds, everyone sort of needs that social aspect in their lives, or it's kind of inevitable that you have to have that in your life too. So that's why I categorized it as such. And that's the reflection. I do think that the top part, which are my main goals, I do feel like there's like a lot I want to do, but I'm moving like slower, and that's why I can't rate November as like a super great month for me overall, especially since like music and piano are just things I love to do, and I just didn't do it much in this month. But again, in terms of events and bonds, it was great. And kinetic, we're getting things started, but project work could have definitely been better. Okay, before I drag on, let's just go ahead and end this thing. Normally I would just talk about the week in terms of the events. So I guess what I would have done was just talk about probably my friend's film project. I think that one was like the biggest thing. And I would try to like come up with a title that is somewhat enticing to click on, that also has a lesson or some sort of moral behind it, or some like fun moment or story during that whole thing. But I think this time around, I'm okay with just leaving it as a monthly vlog and moving forward. I think one thing that I have to be careful about is not letting these vlogs become too time consuming, because I basically just want to reflect and move forward, and I don't want to spend too much time reflecting and then lose time on the moving forward part. So yeah, so I will eventually refine this whole monthly vlog thing. I actually think it would be fun to talk about it with a person. That's what I did for a couple of my videos in the past, but yeah, sometimes it's a little difficult to schedule that or just like come up with the effort to do it. But I do think it would be a good idea, so I'll try that for December. I think it would be fun to have like a sort of like a podcast session for the new year. That would be fun with friends, whoever wants to participate. But yeah, okay, that's gonna be it for this monthly reflection. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. I guess if you watch through it, that's quite amazing. But thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.